conducted an urgent unmanned spacecraft launch after damage to a previous return capsule left the crew stranded in a space station without a safe way back to Earth. According to media reports, the Long March 2F rocket carrying Shenzhou 22 lifted off from the Sichuan Satellite Launch Center in northwest China. Now, Shenzhou missions regularly rotate crews at China's Tiangong space station, usually exchanging 3 astronauts every 6 months. Now, Shenzhou 22 was originally scheduled for a crewed launch in 2026, but it was accelerated after a suspected space debris strike damaged the Shenzhou 20 return capsule, making it unsafe for re-entry. This urgent launch ensures Shenzhou 21 astronauts Zhang Lu Wufei and Zhang Hozhang have a secure way back to Earth. Moreover, China's manned space agency has confirmed that these crew members are in good condition. According to media reports, the Long March 2F rocket carrying Shenzhou 22 lifted off from the Sichuan Satellite Launch Center in northwestern China, and now Shenzhou missions regularly rotate crews at China's Tiangong space station, usually exchanging 3 astronauts every 6 months. Now, let's welcome Satoru Nagao, who's a fellow at the Hudson Institute, joining us live from Tokyo. I extend you a very warm welcome here at NewsX World. Now, how soon can we see these stranded astronauts returning after the launch of the new mission?
Yes, this is important. Indeed, currently, other countries collaborate to hold a space station. For example, the US, Russia, Japan, Europe, Canada, these countries collaborate to operate a space station, but that space station will end their operation in 2030. So that's why, under the current plan, indeed, the China's space station could be only one space station in the near future. Of course, in case of the Russia originally planned to operate their own space station, but they cannot do that because they spend too much money, resources in the war in Ukraine. And other country, of course, India is planning, that is good and great achievement it will be, but at the same time, the certain time is needed. So that's why currently China will be the only one space station. In this case, for the technological development, they can test in the space. China can test the space, but the other country cannot do that. So that's why this is a very important milestone for China, but for other country, this is a concerning point. If China dominates experience in space, that is not good for others. To tackle this situation, of course, what America is doing is America try to promote business in the space, and the civil sector will lead the space program. That is America want to do, because the business sector means that the cost-effective measure they will find a way. In this case, in the long run, sustainability they will find. That is a good part, but a certain time is needed to the same. So in this case, space station China will operate is only space station. Is as a national power, it will be the danger for other country indeed. So that is my concerning point. Thank you.
Do you also have information on the health condition of these stranded astronauts, and how long will it take them to recuperate once they return to Earth?
Health problem itself is, of course, always matter, but in this case, we need to wait some certain time because during the recovering process, if they succeed to recover, in this case, space station could be the one of the practical one. Of course, if the space this astronauts cannot recover the heavily damaged, of course that is not practical. So that we need to see the result of what will happen in China in this case.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Nagao, for joining us here on NewsX World and sharing that with us. And with that, viewers, let's move on to another big news that we're tracking here. Now, the Haley Gabo volcano in Ethiopia's Afar region erupted on Sunday morning, rapidly affecting nearby villages. And experts are now saying that this is the first documented eruption of Haley Gabi in the last 12,000 years. Local officials, however, have reported no casualties but warned the ash could impact livelihoods. Following the eruption, India's Ministry of Civil Aviation, Air Traffic Control and National Weather Agencies are working in coordination and monitoring the situation closely. The Directorate General of Civil Aviation has advised airlines to strictly avoid volcanic ash affected areas and flight levels, and also to adjust routing, fuel and flight planning according to the latest advisories. Moreover, Airports Authority of India has also issued necessary NOTAMs, which are official aviation alerts, keeping all the affected flights informed. Air India has cancelled at least 11 flights, both domestic and international, mainly over North India. But operations across India have remained smooth overall, with only a few flights rerouted or descended as a precaution. The Indian Meteorological Department has said that the ash clouds are now drifting towards China and will soon move away from Indian skies by 7:30 p.m. local time. We're expecting our expert to join us shortly here, but viewers, India continues to monitor the situation, and in about an hour from now, it's expected that the ash plumes will be moving towards China and Indian skies will largely be clear of the ash and smoke that's hovering around. As of now, we have seen not a lot of change in flight schedules. Not many residents continue to be affected, as well as far as their travel is concerned. Local officials in Ethiopia, however, says that no casualties were reported, but warned that the ash could definitely have a severe impact on livelihoods. Now, Airports Authority of India has issued necessary advisories, and it keeps all the affected flights informed. At least 11 flights from Air India have been cancelled, but operations across the country remain stable